Well, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's your host X today, hosting you guys another battle from the NA server, Rule of the Waves 5 tourney. Now we got another doozy going on here. We got FND versus Friendship is Magic, which is basically a mixed team made up of FND members and some of the old ex-members coming from the team as well. So this is basically like fighting oneself. And you guys know how hard it is to fight oneself. This is going to be a very tough slugging match because you're going to see very similar styles of play coming from both of these teams here, because many of these guys have played together in tourneys, divisions. I mean, you name it. These guys have played together on a consistent basis. So it's like having to guess what you'll do in the battle. And you'll see a lot of these battles are going to be very close for that reason. Also, one discrepancy while we're waiting for the ships to get in position real quick here. I've also sped up the video content here. This was once 40 minutes long when I first compiled this material, so I think you guys are going to be happier with the 20-minute mark versus the 40-minute mark. But as you guys can see, it's a very similar stacking on how they're doing things so far. They're keeping a nice balanced district. You can look at the mini-map. It actually looks like they're making like a big C formation. If you put both their teams together, it's like a big C, like a U formation they're making right there, as they're going to fight over certain cap zones, mainly the ones that are concerning your islands. And you're going to see there's a big fight going on between just strategic movements here. They know that any mistake between any side here can be fatal for either team. So they're going to pepper each other for it. As you can see, the first two ships are engaged right here. They got a nice, looks like a nice crossfire section going on here. And I like the way that this cruiser back here is positioned. He's positioned in a way where if he has to, he can go full on and then speed out the situation need be. Their main course of the battleships are back here on this end near the B cap to try and flip it back if they have to. Looks like they have all three caps, looks like in their favor so far. There's torpedoes heading out the direction toward the battleships here. FND is very well known for being able to disorganize a lot of these clump formations very well here. So you got a couple of torpedoes like they're going in to that. And it looks like I'm going to go ahead and pan back out. I want to see what else is going on back here. As you can see, there's a couple different things. You got a lot of destroyer action going on here as they're moving. They're pretty mobile on the map here. I do commend them on this because this is very hard to pull. It's very hard to actually get destroyers that are actually going to be effective and competitive enough where you can actually use these torpedoes in a way to basically keep. So you can see they're pushing their battleships out because those battleships were in that cap earlier. They capped it. Now they've come out of the cap. So they've done it pretty well there. But you see they're just getting peppered for coming in and out of the cap there. So they're not giving them any space. Like I said, they're going to capitalize on any mistakes anyone makes in this game. It's a capitalization that's going to happen. And you're going to see a lot of ships going down because of it. But it's going to take a while here because they know each other. They know the strategy. They know what each other is planning. And this is not going to be an easy match like you saw with AU, RVG, and all the other matches you've maybe seen so far in different streams where, you know, the matches were pretty either, you know, there was a lot of deaths in the beginning or deaths toward the end when it started getting like really nitty gritty. These teams know exactly what they might do. And so as you guys can see, there's a lot of action going on here. This health is pretty split. You see a couple of ships that are on critical health. We got one battleship sitting all the way in the back there. So they've rotated pretty well here, enough to put the rich up. No, what is that? Roma. That's a Roma, isn't it? I can't see it from all the way over here with the screen the way it is. But you can see they've moved the battleship up in order to take some of that fire and absorb it. They've now fully taken over C-Cap, and they've pushed everyone out of C-Cap so far. But the other team still has the advantage when it comes to cap zones. You can still see it's 240 to 111 right now. So they still have the cap advantage. So someone's going to have to get kills here pretty soon, especially when we're talking about only a minute and a half left in the match. You can see B cap is starting to flip over now. I'm starting to get a little bit of movement here coming away from C-Cap. So it looks like they're beginning to do an extended push, but the other team is not going to allow them out of this. So this is what I mean by they just know the movement here. We're going to watch this ship to see if the Rich is going to take these torps. Nope, skirt, miss. That's it for those torpedoes. There's another set coming in. I wonder if he's going to dodge these ones because this is danger right here. If he takes the hits, he might go down. He does. He sure enough does. That's the first blood. So guys, a minute left, and that's the first kill. Second kill goes down. I'm telling you, these guys do not pull any punches when it comes to this stuff. It's all about who is going to take it at the end here. Now they've got both caps in their favor. It's closer than it was before, I'm not going to lie, but it's only 20-some seconds left. It's 383 to 252. Who is going to take this one is going to be really interesting to figure it out here. 10 seconds left in the match. It's starting to count down. The caps are flipping again, and it looks like the red team is going to end up taking this one here. Yep, that is the first win that goes to, it looks like the Asamu team. Friendship, it's magic on that one. There's the login screen there. We're going to move on to the next one, Haunted Seas Domination. Now, I really did like this game. I really did actually like this game a whole lot. This was the first time I think I've ever seen the map played like this. I've never seen the match where, honestly, I'm just let you guys kind of see it. I mean, I've never seen the match where it just kind of, there's this nice seesaw effect of play. It's a chess move. It's a chess move game, especially with it being, and this is why I also enjoy no CVs, because it feels so much more like a chess game. Destroyers are actually able to play spotting and actually able to play detection like they're supposed to. Cruisers can actually get in and out of situations like in PC, where they actually can use detection, stop firing, and actually get out of situations, versus being pounded consistently by a CV. So a lot of the cap zones and a lot of the areas, a lot of the fighting is going to be remaining on the DDs. DDs are very important here to both teams, because if you guys noticed from the last game, it was very much well input for a lot of area control and area effects type of corral effects for any type of the teams here. So you can see they've got a nice stack going between this A and B rock here. We're going to see how exactly it goes with C cap. It seems like there's 2v3, I'm thinking. I'm going to move over back to B cap here to kind of see what's going on. Just to kind of get a better view of all things. You can see they're pounding each other for trying to come out in the open. It's not going to be an easy match. Like I said, they're going to play off each other's mistakes. And this is where like the top skill line is going to come in handy, because any slight mistake you make can be costly in the match and could end up putting your team behind a ship. And that's all it takes for these FND teams to capitalize. A lot of folks don't maybe not realize that, but that's all it takes is just one ship to go down. And that's what they're aiming to do. Put the first ship out of commission first, put them a ship down, put them a couple guns down, and then take advantage of that situation if possible. But the first things first, get the caps and see how well the caps are going to work out for them. You can see there's a branch force moving back in to regroup because they realize they've lost C at this point. You can see the 3 ships over at C. Looks like they're trying to get a better and understanding of the environment there. You can see one ship a little bit in low health there. So we can see some things going on here. They're making a couple power play moves. Look, we got a ship off this. Like I said, man, these destroyers are very integral in part of their strategies. You can see one destroyer really made it up there where the Lo Yang is and ended up firing a set of torpedoes in Alabama. You can see it's on low health. Alabama goes first. So big difference between this time. 3 minutes left. First kill of the game gone right there. I'm back here with the other team here, just trying to get a better view of what we got going on. 2 kills. So this is interesting here. So now it's a battleship and a destroyer down. It's still a close match, guys. Still 200s. Still in the 200s yet. No one's game. Still 3 minutes left to go. They're pounding each other for what they can get. There's a Rich up front. Looks like he's taking most of the hits here. There's a Roma, and looks like the Roma is going to start. Oh my goodness, we got torpedoes coming off to the right here. I wonder if they're going to take this. Who is going to take the brunt of the torpedoes here? Looks like the Roma did. Didn't look like it affected him too much. So no floodings there or anything like that. But looks like the other Roma is trying to substitute in. You can see he's trying to shield the Rich as much as possible. I'm thinking they maybe have auto aim off at this point just so they can get that Rich, because they can put him out of commission. That puts him another battleship down. That's a lot of firepower if they lose another battleship. Yep, they lost it. Cattle Trader is down. And we're trying to see here, are they going to lose the Roma up front? Because looks like the Lo Yang is posted up for a good torpedo run. I want to see exactly who is he going to drop it on. That's going to be an interesting part of this. Is he going to go for the battleship back there, or is he going to go for the one right off to the side here? Because he is losing a lot of health there trying to make that run. And looks like they've got another Pan-Asian destroyer heading that way as well. It looks like we got a pincer move coming in. So it looks like the guys that are at C cap are coming in for the pincer move here. You can see they've kind of split off and left the other 2 ships near the other cap here, and they're coming towards C as if they're converging down to try and get rid of the last 2 ships here. This is where strategical planning comes in effect here. How they play this is going to determine if they're going to get rid of this Roma and this Alabama off the left here. Like I said, they can put these guys out of commission. They can possibly get the 2 battleships they lost back in terms of points here. And it looks like this, this is danger. This might be it for the Alabama here. Alabama's gone. All torpedoes slammed right into the Alabama. That's it. Smoke goes up. I'm going to go right through the island. Yep, I went through the island. It looks like the Roma is going to be taking hits here. A bit of an looks like an overextension maybe. And yep, that's it. Oh my goodness, 2 ships down right then and there. What wow. Look at that. Look at that. The caps flip back in their favor. It's 695. It's going down. All right, let's see who won this one. Looks like FND won this one. So it wasn't Friendship is Magic, but this was a close match. And like I said, they did a very good job of making this a little bit of a more scrunched in map. So of course, there's going to be a few more kills on smaller maps because, of course, with less area, you know, you have a little bit less to play with. So, you know, someone's going to die more than likely at some point in the match there. Next one, we have Sea of Fortune. Another map here that I'm okay-ish with. I'm not saying it's one of my favorite maps, but I would say I'm pretty okay with this map when it comes to just the understanding of it and just, you know, actually kind of liking it for the most part. It looks like they're going to do a very similar strategy to what I've seen on Sea of Fortune for the most part. They're split. Looks like they're splitting. They're sending one destroyer over to A, one destroyer in a B cap, and looks like they're really going to be vying for C at this point. So they're really fighting. The fight is mainly going to be situated around C and B cap with what it looks like at the moment. Now, is it going to turn out that way? I don't know. These teams are, like I said, are very well versed when it comes to domination style maps, especially after playing the top fleets for on what, 2 years now. So they're going to be. It can go either way here. It could start off A and B, and then it can honestly go either way in terms of how this match will play off in the end. As you guys saw with the last one, it started off very nicely, started off very slow pace, and then as you saw, as more kills and more damage went, the more and more lively it started to get with the pacing there. And that's usually how it tends to go with teams like this one. Let me see here what we got going on. We got some stuff going over by B cap. It seems like C is starting to flip back in the other direction here. There's torpedoes in the water heading in that direction. Looks like the Chappie's going to head. He's reversing. Yep, he's reversing here. I got it on the Alabama. I'm not sure there's very much going on here so far. It just seems like it's a vibe for the cap. So it looks like it's just all about. So don't take this as there's just nothing going on right now. They're playing basically a mental chess match with one another, where they're trying to figure out the right positioning to get so they can take advantage. Because like I said, all it takes is that first ship to go down, and they will pounce. So what they're doing right now, even though it doesn't seem like a whole lot necessarily going on besides just the caps flipping back and forth, it's a whole lot of positioning. They're trying to catch one ship off guard or put one ship on critical condition. Therefore, that way they can really make a pouncing maneuver and really put the game in their favor, depending on who has the caps first. So they get the mains to back off a little bit. So you can see they're really good at dropping these cross torpedo spreads. I commend them on that. You see one set dropped, and you see the next set like shortly afterward. They don't play with the timing there, and you can tell the battleships are still in the back. Like I said, so they're waiting for the main force that looks like to show up here, and it looks like the fighting is going to take place at B caps. So it's flipping B now. This is interesting. I think this is really interesting for Sea of Fortune. You do see a couple ships at low health here. This is just where that focus fire is coming in. I want to know exactly how are they going to play out this situation right here, because we've got 3 minutes left, a couple of low health ships, mid health ships. How are we really going to play this one out so see who wins this one? Because right now we've got a pretty, not a big gap, 150 over to 108, so it's not a huge gap to say that no one can't come back at this point. Still 2 minutes left in the match here. You can still see there's a little bit going on. Like I said, most of the fighting's happening. Oh, there we go. First kill of the game right there. 2 minutes in. It's a destroyer this time. So destroyers are a very integral part of their formation. So you guys can tell so far. Mainz is taking a lot of fire so far. That's a very interesting ship there. I've not had a chance to play that yet. I'm looking to see how well it does in the match. But you can see, oh my goodness, so they've actually they're making a move toward B cap now. So FND is making that move. You can see the battleships are starting to move in from the C caps. It looks like they're going to try and take the other ships from behind here. This is interesting. This is really interesting here. So I'm wondering if they're going to take the C cap from behind and try to attack the Roman from behind here. Lo Yang goes down. So we got 3 ships down. FND is up at the moment, looks like. Yep. FND is up at the moment by 3 ships. And they're taking B cap. Looks like the caps are flipping in. Like I said, you could see just how much they look to take advantage of the situations here. As much as the caps flip back and forth. It's like almost if I say something about one cap, another cap flips. Oh my goodness. So there's another ship there. Chappie gone. So no, that was not the Chappie. That was the Alabama, because that's a battleship marker up top there. Wow. So let's see here. Let's see. The caps are flipping again back to A caps. Pan-Asian destroyer up in A cap. Move around a little bit to see what's going on here. We got Chappie still there. Alabama's still there. It still looks like it's in the favor of FND so far. Roma is taking a lot of fire there. It's flooding out. Yep, that's a flood out. They're gone. Oh my goodness. So we got 5-3 so far, 10 seconds left. It looks like it's going in favor of FND so far. It actually looks that way, and it is that way. Sure enough, Sea of Fortune goes to FND. Again, Punisher being the MVP there in the Lo Yang. Like I said, Destroyers are a very integral part of their formations. And like I said, it's really cool to see them with the cross-torping action. They drop torps in the water, then another Destroyer drops torps in the water. So it almost creates a area where you can't really get out of it. You would think that, like, yeah, you can maneuver it, but, like, if you're not careful, it seems like it'd be really easy to get caught in this so far. So let's see what we got going on here. I think this is the last match I have recorded. This is Aurora, Domination Aurora. I want to see if they're going to run a very similar strategy to what's run on this map. If it's just a normal Aurora strategy where they're just going to run C cap and run A cap and then try to fight in the middle, kind of do a little circular method in the middle. No, it looks like they're going for B and C first. So it looks like the Destroyers are going to have it out in the middle here. Let's see who gives up detection first. Is it going to be Destroyers giving it? And up, the battleships and cruisers are firing each other first. So this is pretty normal for this team. The Destroyers are still hanging on to their detection as much as they can. So that's good there. Looks like they've got B and C. B is flipping back again. Smoke's going up across the battlefield here. Different ships are coming into B. It looks like they have their battleship stationed right behind this island. So this is going to be really good here because this means they can back and forth between these islands if need be. They have significant cover on both sides. You see a lot of torpedoes in B cap. So I can tell B cap is just going to be torpedo alley so far, where there's just going to be mad torpedoes just flying back and forth in each direction depending upon who's got the best detection and who's getting spotted. So you can see Punisher's taking a lot of hits right there, throwing up smoke, trying to protect himself there. Let's see, a lot of fire heading toward the battleships in the bend. You can see, but there's just a lot of fire. This is just no man's land. Watching World War I tactics right here, where it's just no man's land right here in the middle, and everyone's behind cover. Like I said, they're going to look to see who's going to take advantage of what situation first. It's really going to come down to whittling down the health first. Rich is down. Rich is down. Wow. So you got one battleship that's already out. Very nice in the torpedoes run there. The Destroyers are currently gunning each other down. There's deep water torpedoes in the water here heading toward Doggo. I'm not sure if they're going to make it all the way there. I think they should, but I'm not 100% sure if they're going to hit him or not. He seems to be stationary. I'm not sure if these are going to cause flooding or not. Yep, they did. Sure enough, they had deep water torpedoes. I should have known. That should not have been a surprise for me. Deep water torpedoes. Lo Yang, we got a couple Destroyer action going on here. So there seems to be a fight between Destroyers when it comes to the guns here. So I commend them on these Destroyer efforts. I mean, I don't think I've seen a team so far, just from the matches I've seen, that's been able to use Destroyers similar to how FND is using theirs so far, especially with Friendships as Magic. Roma's taking a bit of hits there, but you can see the Alabama's trying to scoot up to try and provide that cover zone, that cover box, trying to get the other guns off of his other ship there. Lo Yang goes down. So it seems like it's a fight between the Destroyers so far. There's 2 ships down currently on one team. Another team has a full 7. So it's still anybody's match so far when it comes to the cap points. If you're just looking at cap points, but you're talking about ship guns in general, it is looking in favor of the other squad right now, which is going to be Friendship is Magic. It looks like FND is still trying to see if they're going to maneuver these rocks here. It looks like A and B cap are still in their favor. I'm not sure how they want to play this one out. This is going to be really interesting to see how far they're going to take this one in terms of the battle itself. So I'm going to get another overview shot here. You can see they're starting to get a little bit more aggressive with B cap. They're not exactly overextending just yet, so it's not a full-on push. But you can see there's kind of like this shuffling action going on here where they're just back and forth with one another. And like I said, that's that part I'm telling you about where it's a cautious aggression. It's like passive aggression in a sense. They're going to get aggressive enough just to kind of show presence, but not enough to overextend and put their ships down. So this is actually perfect positioning in that regard. It looks like they're trying to aim to put this Roma out. Optimus Prime is taking a lot of fire here. I'm looking to see, are they going to push the envelope on this one to put him out the battle, or are they going to just kind of recede a little bit and let the next ship take the beating? Because there is a minute left, and it is pretty close in that regard. It's 300 to 380 something. So that means someone puts a battleship out and gets the cap, they can possibly win this one. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to want to play this one, though. This has been interesting so far. They've got a lone destroyer out on the flank right here. I wonder what that one's going to do. Another ship goes down, so they did get rid of the Roma. So now there are 3 ships down here. Yep. So this is the capitalization moment I'm talking about here. 20 seconds left. It's all or nothing. You got destroyers battling out down here. Both Pan-Asian destroyers looks like they're going at each other with guns. 10 seconds down. Are they going to get rid of the Italian cruiser in the back? I'm not sure. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that cruiser's name. Are they going to get rid of him? It goes down. Yep, that's the end of it. Friendship, It's Magic wins that one. And of course, they win the series, and of course, the turning as well. The loading screen is coming up now. Thank you guys for tuning in for another session of the Losers Bracket on the NA server. I hope to see you guys next time on the Open Seas.